Today we're going to learn about giving good gifts in this almost academic attempt at reading a peer-reviewed research paper. Today's paper is titled, Give Them What They Want: The Benefits of Explicitness in Gift Exchange, published in the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology. The article opens with an abstract I appreciate, in that it concisely gives away the whole game. This academic duo draws a clear contrast between how much a gift is actually appreciated by the recipient versus how much the giver thinks it will be appreciated. Here's a spoiler. People prefer receiving exactly what they asked for, or, better yet, cash, while givers tend to think the opposite, as if they've forgotten what it's like to receive a gift. Before diving into the details of their studies, the authors drop a few early facts that caught my attention, so we're going on a quick detour. The first is that gifts account for more than 4% of the typical household budget. The cited sources are over 3 decades old, but let's go with it. This got me wondering how much the average household is actually spending on gifts, and what other parts of their budget are of similar size. A 2023 Motley Fool article gets us close enough. The typical household of 2.5 people spends about $6,500 a month, or $77,000 a year. 4% of that means roughly $3,000 a year goes to gifts, which is more than apparel, but less than entertainment. The second claim is that 40 to 50% of Americans expect to return at least one holiday gift each year, and a third have regifted presents. I didn't expect those numbers to be so high. A 2024 Forbes article on unwanted gifts breaks it down. Americans return $743 billion worth of purchases annually, and 40% of those items end up in landfills. Forbes lists 4 alternatives: regifting, reselling, donating, or what basically amounts to just getting better at giving gifts. Personally, I'm anti-regifting. Dumping your trash on someone else and hoping they treasure it doesn't seem like a great plan unless you really dislike the recipient. Ultimately, the simplest solution, and what the authors of this academic paper will confirm once I'm done being derailed, is to just buy gifts people ask for. Or, when in doubt, stick to cash. No returns, no reselling, no hassle. Back to the paper I promised to talk about before I got distracted. 5 studies, 1 theme. Gift givers think they're nailing it, recipients tend to disagree. The first study only included married couples since it was about giving and receiving wedding gifts. Participants were split into 4 groups by role type, either a gift giver or receiver, and gift type, either requested via registry or unrequested altogether. Gift givers were asked to think back to a wedding they attended, and receivers to their own, and focus on a specific gift that fit their assigned group. They then answered questions about how much they thought that gift was appreciated. The results showed a clear disconnect. Gift givers believed all gifts would be equally appreciated, while gift receivers strongly preferred the gifts from their registry. This study considered the impact of gift price as well as personal attachment between giver and receiver, but found that neither could explain the results. When a couple lists out what they need to start their new life together, going rogue feels like an odd choice that is likely to be less appreciated. The second study built on the first, this time looking at a recurring occasion, birthday gifts exchanged within couples. Participants were again split into 4 groups by role and gift type, and asked to imagine a dinner where a preferred list of items was discussed before any gifts were bought, all within budget. While the first study focused only on appreciation, this one added perceived thoughtfulness. Gift givers saw all gifts as equally appreciated and equally thoughtful. Receivers, however, rated gifts from their list higher on both counts. When your partner tells you what they want and you choose to do something else anyway, it doesn't come across as creative. It comes across as not listening. The third study dumped the couples and went with university students and staff instead, splitting them into the same 4 groups as before, designated by role and gift type. Gift receivers made Amazon wish lists containing 10 items within a set price range. Gift givers were assigned to either pick from the list or to choose something else equally priced. While the first study focused only on appreciation and the second study added thoughtfulness, the third study added a third dimension: how personal the gift was perceived to be. Even though unrequested gifts were equivalent in price and required extra effort to select, gift receivers rated items from their wish list as more appreciated, more thoughtful, and more personal. Gift givers once again rated requested and unrequested gifts the same. If this hasn't sunk in by now, people want what they ask for. The fourth study builds on the second study about birthday gifts between couples, but with a new twist. A fresh batch of couples was recruited, and this time, in addition to role and gift type, there was a third factor: whether the lists contained many items or just one. For the many item list, the results were familiar. Gift receivers rated requested items as more appreciated, while gift givers, yet again, didn't predict any difference. But the single item list? Gift givers finally get it and correctly predict that the requested gift beats an unrequested alternative. The fifth and final study builds on the third study about Amazon wishlist, but with another twist. The unrequested gift was replaced with cash of equal value. Gift givers assumed recipients would perceive the requested gifts as more appreciated and more thoughtful. Recipients reported the opposite. They liked the cash even more than what they had requested. The authors then note limitations of this current work and propose directions for future research. This paper presents situations where a gift was expected and a desired list of gifts was known. Future research could explore spontaneous gifting and how appreciation differs between expected and unexpected exchanges. This paper assigned participants to select unrequested gifts. Future research could dig deeper into the psychology behind why people decide to choose unrequested gifts, even when presented with a list of requested options. This paper aimed to maintain similar monetary value between options within each study. Future research could examine how perceptions change when those values differ. Other questions remain. Are gift givers more likely to stick to a list if they don't know the recipient well? Do these findings hold up for to-do lists shared between spouses or coworkers? So to recap, everyone benefits if gift givers can resist the urge to be clever. Thinking outside the box is often considered great, but this is an exception where the box already contains exactly what someone is looking for. A wish list is your friend. Even Santa agrees. In times of uncertainty, cash is king.